you make this kind of a sound. Hey there, backseat driver. Have you ever driven a car with a gear shift and a clutch, manual transmission, and you're driving along and you're at the stop sign and you go to take off a little faster than usual, first gear, and then you go to hit second gear and you don't quite get it in before you let the clutch out, and it goes and you're like, oh, ouch, sorry, and you put it in second again. I don't know what happened, but it didn't sound good. Well, I'm going to show you exactly what happens inside your transmission when you grind the gears. Hey friends, so here's the inside of a manual transmission. So the gear shifts are operated by usually two cables. One cable, when you move your shifter left and right, selects which one of these shift forks you're going to move. And then when you move your shifter back and forth, like to first to second, this is what goes up and down as you're going first, second, like that. This is fifth gear right here. We have the brass synchronizer ring, and then we have the synchronizer hub in the center here, and we have synchronizer keys and synchronizer springs. So the synchronizer spring holds all the keys, these three keys in place, which you can see on the hub, on the synchronizer hub right here in each of these three spaces. So the way this works is on the inside of the brass synchronizer ring, you've got some grooves, and then there's this cone on fifth gear, and when you push the synchronizer onto fifth gear, there's a lot of friction between them. It doesn't spin freely. If you don't press on it, then with the oil in between, it'll spin pretty freely, but as soon as you press on that, like a cork in a bottle, it fits snugly, and there's a lot of friction there. So that's how the synchronizer hub, which is turning with the shaft, can make this gear spin at the same speed. This is not a whole lot of surface compared to like a clutch disc, so you don't want to put a lot of stress on this. It's just designed to spin up the mass of these gear assemblies plus the clutch disc. So these synchronizer keys are able to slide back and forth inside of the synchronizer hub. They're held in place with a spring, and the synchronizer ring is what pushes them back and forth. See, it looks like there's a missing tooth here and here. Well, right in the middle is where that synchronizer key rides, and that key rides in the indentation there. So we put this together with the hub, and we have to push in the keys so that it'll slide together. Now each of these three synchronizer keys fits into a slot on the synchronizer ring, and these line up like this, and then that lines up with the fifth gear. So this is all on a shaft, and normally when you're driving along in neutral or any other gear that's not fifth, these spin independently of each other. So this is spinning like this, and then when you go to shift into fifth gear, you go and push on your synchronizer sleeve with the shift fork, and that pushes the synchronizer towards the gear, and then it engages. Now, you're wondering, how does that work? Well, the synchronizer springs are pushing the synchronizer keys outward, so that when you push on the shift lever to go to another gear, you see these the synchronizer ring is pushing the synchronizer keys up, and that's what presses the synchronizer into the gear. So if you can see right here, that key shifts up as you move the synchronizer ring up, and so that's pressing it in. So that's pressing it onto this gear on this side, but when we press it down, it presses the synchronizer down into the other gear. Now, when you grind gears, what happens is usually you're halfway through the shift, so you're pushing your shift lever in, but then you let out the clutch or something, or back off on the shifter, and then all of a sudden now the keys are not pushing against the synchronizer anymore. See, if you release up, they're no longer pressing down on the synchronizer, and then you're in a point where the synchronizer ring clashes with your gear assembly. So what holds them in is these teeth on the side, and that engagement doesn't happen when you grind gears right away. So you make this kind of a sound. You've probably heard that before when you shift, and that's because your synchronizer hub is grinding against these gears right here. And this is not the gear that grinds. This is always engaged with another shaft. So when the gear is not engaged, it spins freely. When it is engaged, it gets locked in. So I did a partial engagement right there, and you can hear it grinds if you don't shift right. So what happens is once it stops, you're not always lined up, but usually there's enough play in the clutch disc and stuff, and there's those springs in the clutch discs. Once that it locks the speed, it'll bounce back a little bit, and that will allow your engagement to happen easier, so it'll line up, and then you can pop it in. Alright, so what happens is if you grind your gears too much, you can either wear out the inside teeth on the synchronizer sleeve, or you can wear out the teeth right here on your gear. See right here, these little ones. And if you wear those out, then your engagement it might not stay in. So if these get tapered and you get metal fragments that wear other things out in your transmission, you can have it slip out of gear, or you can have it just completely ground off and then not engage that one gear at all. 3 pedals. Let me start over. Let me start over.